Sit down, Sadie.
I can't stop long, Dad. I've got an appointment in an hour. You know what the traffic's like at this time of the day.
Boyfriend?
No. Hair. I can really see why you spend so much time in here, Dad.
You can.
Views, they're so lovely. So peaceful.
Yes, your mother always said she was too busy looking after the house to be staring out at a field. Very often I caught her sitting where you are now, and crossword or her knitting in her lap, just looking out there at the view and the wildlife.
She always took walks with you in the garden though, didn't she?
Yes. Yes, she did. Doesn't seem like 6 months since she's been gone. Anyway, what about you? Have been doing anything interesting? And what about that boyfriend of yours? What's his name?
You mean Alan? I haven't heard from him for, must be coming on for a year now. Last time I heard from him, I think he was in somewhere like the Far East, somewhere like Malaysia.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm glad you asked if I've got anything going on, because actually I haven't. I've got loads of time on my hands. I could move back here, in my old room.
And take care of me, I suppose.
We could keep each other company. We could get out more. I've got my car.
With my legs and back the way they are, you couldn't manage me alone. Does it look like I need someone to look after me? I have everything I need. I'm fine. I'm happy. I'm content. And besides, you come to visit me every week, and when I pop off, the house is yours. You know that.
Dad, that was uncalled for. I don't want anything from this house except perhaps some photographs of you and Mum. I only call in on you because I love you. Besides, now that I know this mystery woman of yours, whoever she is looking after you so well, I withdraw my offer.
Sadie, I'm sorry, I really am. It was very clumsy of me. I didn't mean it like that.
It's all right, Dad. You're forgiven. But I've got to go now. My appointment, remember?
But I will see you soon, won't I, Sadie?
Of course you will. Oh, I almost forgot. Max is coming this weekend for a visit.
Well, it won't take much guessing to know what he's after. Well, he won't get it.
Dad, you always think the worst.
We are talking about Max, aren't we? And I suppose he'll be ringing that wife of his. What's her name?
Beth. Beth, you know her name.
When did we last see your brother?
Your son, Dad. Mum's funeral, I suppose.
Yes, but before that.
I really can't remember.
Well, I can. It was 2 years ago. He knew I wouldn't give him the money he wanted, and he knew Mum was a soft touch, and he used her to get the money from me. A loan, he said. Money he's never paid back. Wouldn't even look at me at Mum's funeral, and he hasn't contacted me since.
You always think the worst of Max, Dad. I'm sure he's just passing through on business or something. Besides, he wouldn't come here, would he?
Well,
Look, when are you going to see Dr. Harris again?
he said he'd let me have the results when the scan came through.
I'm sure it's nothing serious.
Oh, of course not. Apart from angina, arthritis and hernia, I'm perfectly fit.
Yes, Dad. Gotta go. Bye-bye.
Hello, Dr. Harris. Is there a problem? What's wrong?
Well, it's no worse than last week, but you know, these things can fluctuate.
What do you mean fluctuate? What's wrong?
Well, hasn't Henry, your dad, hasn't he told you anything?
Told me anything? Told me what?
Oh dear, I think we'd better have a chat. Let's use my card, shall we? Sadie, I really am very sorry you had to hear it in this way. Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything.
Don't worry, don't worry. You did the right thing. But how long has Dad actually known?
Well, the results of the scan came through about a month ago. They show the cancer is very progressive, I'm afraid.
God. But why? Never mind. Thank you, Dr. Harris.
Now, Sadie, you know what a stubborn man that your father is. Perhaps you at least can persuade him to take the antibiotics that I've left. I haven't a chance with him. And I've left some painkillers as well. He'll need them.
I'll do my best. Thank you, Dr. Harris. Thanks.
Hello, Dad. It's only me.
Hello, Sadie.
Won't be a minute. Just taking my coat off. Come and see, Dad.
Oh, no, thanks. I've already had one.
Hello, Dad.
Hello. Lovely. White was your mother's favourite. Being a Lancashire lad, of course, I preferred the red rose. Better perfume.
Lancashire lad. You left Lancashire years ago. There's no trace of an accent.
Ah, regional accents are not good for business. Couldn't have a common northern accent in a boardroom. Wouldn't go down well with the board. Wouldn't carry any weight. Especially when most of the board were la-di-da southerners. Anyway, did you manage to get to your hair appointment last week? Can't see much difference.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I appreciate the flattery. Max said he liked it anyway.
Ah, yes, my devoted son, Max. How are they? Him and his lovely wife.
Beth, Dad. Max was his usual self.
Well, what did they want? They didn't come all this way for nothing, did they?
I think Max is genuinely concerned for you, Dad.
Don't be taken in by Max, Sadie. He just thinks of me as a cash machine, not a father. And he's using you as a pin number.
Oh, that's unkind, Dad.
But what did you talk about then? The weather? Or your hair, perhaps?
Max is just worried that you're not getting the care and attention you need. He only wants the best for you, and I have to say I agree with him on that matter.
The only thing that concerns Max is his wallet and the empty spaces in it. Well, what did he say? No, let me guess. How can Dad manage that house on his own?
It's ridiculous. We all saw the way he was at Mum's funeral. Surely, sweetheart, you can see that, can't you? After all, you visit him at home 2 or 3 times a week. He's obviously missing Mum. Well, there you are then. It seems so impractical for him and everybody else, him living in that big house all alone.
Seems silly to me, him living in that big house all alone.
How do you manage for things like washing and cooking and the like? He relied on Mother so much. He couldn't even make a cup of coffee, let alone cook and feed himself. And I was crippled up with arthritis amongst other things. Surely it's only sensible that we persuade him that he needs professional care. We can afford it.
He can afford it. Isn't that what you mean, Max? Max, you know Dad managed several companies in his time. All of them successful. He's quite capable of looking after himself if needs must. It's only the physical side of things that seems to defeat him, and he seems to have help in that department. Besides, I couldn't ask him to move out of a house that holds so many memories for him.
Memories? What memories? For one thing, he and I never got on. He virtually kicked me out. You left to live with your boyfriend because he was laying down the ground rules for your relationship. And what with Mum dying in the house and him crippled up with illness? Surely that house has few good memories for him or anybody for that matter. Can't you see, we, that is, only have Dad's best interests at heart. Sadie, you're closer to Dad than anyone now Mum's gone. Try and make him see sense.
And he would be better if he were in a home where he could be looked after proper like. You know what I mean?
When are you going to see him again, sis?
Tomorrow, same as usual.
Well, there's your opportunity then. I shall be here for a few more days, so let me know what he says, yeah? I know he'll listen to you, because you're closer to him than anyone.
I wonder why.
Shut it, Beth. Use your influence, Sadie. Try to persuade him to see reason. That house is far too big for one person anyway. You and I, that is. We can take care of the house and everything that's required. You and he will want for nothing.
Yes, of course we'll take care of you, won't we, Max? You don't have to worry, dear.
It would be the best thing for him. You can see that.
Don't you worry, dear.
Sorry, Sadie, I have to take this. Yes, Frank, what is it? I've got some business on. No, I can't talk now.
Max only has his dad, your dad at heart, Sadie. He's always on about how he'd like to move in and see him all right. Think what a relief it would be for you, dear. All that money. Why, you could be a real queen instead of, well, you know. Max has some really good ideas if he's given the chance.
No, I can't talk now. I've got some business on. Could solve all our problems. No, I can't tell you anything. No, I'll get back to you later. I've got to go. Sorry about that, sis. Business, you know. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Do you want another drink, Sadie? Come on, drink up. Well, I'll have another. You know if you haven't cocked this up for me.
Of course I haven't answered anything you haven't said.
And the change. Now then, Sadie.
I've got to leave.
When will I see you? You will contact me.
I probably won't have time to see you while you're here. I've got something important to do.
Oh, thanks for coming, sis. You will think well of what I said, though, won't you? I won't forget this. You've got my number.
Max, you know very well that you're not Dad's favourite, and even I would have to jump through hoops to get him to move from that house, let alone you.
You will try, though, won't you? It's not as if you can't afford it.
He can afford it. But I'm not far wrong, am I, Sadie? It all boils down to this house and its conversion into money. That's all that Max and his smarmy wife are interested in. Max is no good. Never has been. I don't know why your mother put up with him.
Dad, will you stop making things harder for me than they already are? I'm fed up of being piggy in the middle between your squabble and Max's plans. I don't want this.
Then why did Max come all this way to talk to you and not to me? You can't be that naive. He still owes me money, that's why. He's had hardly any time for you in the past, and now with your mother gone, he sees you as his only hope of getting through to me.
Would never be a party to that, Dad.
I know that, and he probably does as well. But he isn't man enough to come and speak to me himself. He's trying to use you as his go-between.
That's because he knows that you'd never give him the time of day.
Too damn right, but at least I could respect him for wanting to see me instead of you.
Perhaps it runs in the family then.
What was that?
You've been alone now for 6 months since, you know. Dad, have I ever lied to you? Have I ever misled you?
Well, you're far too honest. You're not like Max.
Then why lie to me?
Whatever do you mean?
Dad, as a businessman, you were a natural, but in the home, practical things, you were hopeless. You hadn't got the vaguest idea about managing the house. Mom did most of that for you. In fact, if it wasn't for her, your wardrobe would be a suitcase and you'd be eating your meals from takeaways.
I won't deny that.
Dad, I visit you at least once a week, and whenever I'm here, the house is spotless. The washing's done, the beds are made, the kitchen cupboards are full of food. But I never see anyone except you. If you had a housekeeper, I've not seen her. Yet when I walk through the door, the kettle's boiled, there's a teacup ready for me, and then there's a rose, of course.
You tell me you love me and you won't let me come and live with you and look after you. I'm lonely too, Dad. And what concerns me even more is that, well, you were devoted to Mum, but since she's gone, it doesn't seem to have affected you. You don't seem unhappy.
You only assumed that I had a housekeeper. I never said that I had. You asked me how I've managed for this last 6 months without your mother. Well, I haven't. She may not be here in body, but a soul is this house, and the spirit is here, just as it always was.
I spoke to Dr. Harris on the way in.
Dr. Harris?
Yes, he told me about the scan.
Oh? What did he say?
Dad, you lied about the scan. You've had the results for ages. Why couldn't you tell me the truth? You've known for weeks.
Because I knew that telling you would be harder than facing the inevitable. I wanted to spare the anguish I knew that you would suffer. I'd hoped to tell you earlier, but I was waiting for the right moment. I didn't want it to be this way.
Dad, please, give me some credit. I'm not a child anymore. I want to help you.
Sadie, I'm very fond of you, and you will be with me always.
Dad, I'll always be here. But Dr. Harris tells me that you're not even taking your medication. I'll go and get it for you. I've obviously forgotten.
No, I haven't forgotten. I want to be aware of everything right up to the last. I don't want to be drugged up to the eyeballs. I admit I'm a bit of a coward, but I will take the painkillers, but only when I need them.
You've never been a coward, Dad.
My lovely daughter. Your mother gave me such confidence and purpose when, as a young man, I dreamed of success. It was her encouragement that made me into a man, this house into a home. I've loved your mother as no other. She managed my life just as I managed my business, except that she furnished it with a love that persists even today. I know that you will honor my wishes when I ask that until I go, this house remains your mother's house. You must have sensed that she's still here waiting for me, caring for me just as she did during all our time together. When the time comes, the spirit will leave here forever. Only then do I free you from any promise. You can then do whatever your heart tells you to do. If you want to sell the house and share it with Max, that's up to you. Just remember that whatever you decide, Mother and I will love you always.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Sadie. I was just inquiring about Dad.
You've heard, have you?
Don't you think I'm concerned? I rang Dr. Harris. I know it must be difficult for your sis, but is Dad well enough to go to a hospice or something?
No. No, he isn't, Max. You know he wouldn't go anyway.
Do you think he'll let me see him now, though? I mean, after all, he might not have an opportunity again.
Max, my advice is to you is stay clear.
You're not trying it on, eh, Sadie? I thought we had an agreement.
Trying it on? What do you mean, what agreement?
Don't you remember in the pub? I thought we had the understanding that we'd split the property between us and whatever else there was.
I never said anything like that. And how dare you accuse me of trying to split up Dad's money while he's still with us?
It won't be long now, though, will it? We need to get things sorted.
Max, I don't even want to discuss this now.
Truth will out, will it? I bet you knew you were going to get the house before we even met in the pub. I thought you were a bit quiet. I want it known, I want it remembered, Sadie, that I'm his son and his firstborn, and that property by law should come to me.
Dad's left it up to me to decide what to do, and that's final.
Christ's sake, Sadie, I'm in serious trouble here. The people that are after me will stop at nothing to get what I owe them. I'm in big trouble, and you and Dad, you're my only hope.
Max, I've got to go. I've got to be at the house for 5 to take over from the nurse. Dad will be upset if I'm not there. Look, I'm not promising anything. Just let me think on it.
Wait on, Sadie.
Bye, Max.
Oh, shit!
I'm sorry there's no one here to take your call at present. Your name and telephone number. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
Sadie, I've rung you. Your mobile switched off, so I know you're there. Rang your place, you've got the answer phone on. Please pick up the phone. We've got a lot to discuss. Sadie, you bitch, pick up the damn